Dear fathers, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great joy to be here. The title of my presentation is Artificial Intelligence Not Limited in Imitation. We know all that the impact of AI on human life is obvious. In contemporary times, two approaches are insisted on. First, technophobic, and the second, technophilic. The second vision has recently been something extra with the theme of technomoral virtues, like honesty, self-control, humility, empathy, care, wisdom, and so on. Heuristic engagement is mentioned by both utopian and realists alike. This horizon terrifies some, it exalts others. Some identify it with progress, others with the end of mankind. Some are asking for safeguards to protect men from robots, others call for human nature enhancement measures to be able to cope with the technological progress. Regardless of each person's final position, pro or con, as has been stated so far, in each person there is a little net loot. At first glance, we could say that the truth is somewhere in the middle between benefits and risk. However, upon carefully analysis, the truth is always there, being the alpha and omega. Therefore, the truth must not be positioned, it must be sown, assumed, and followed. The impact of AI technology on human life. As we said, we live in a society and in a time of AI irruption with a history marked by uniqueness, speed, changes, and connections. The mark of AI is a truism. It is present in all fields and in all the ways and environments in which we live or we are, communicate or socialize, work or behave. There are even a few, especially the medical one, harsher accounting, where AI surpasses human precision. That is precisely why there are many fears. Replacing humans with robots meant efficiency, cost reduction, and higher revenues for companies. In this picture of well-being, the alluded fear of job loss also settled it. Quote, yet, significant worries remain concerning the fact that AI technology, while improving the economy, streamlining efficiency, and maximizing profits, may also exacerbate and radicalize societal inequalities. With all these fears, some of them justified, when a topic with an impact on society and human life must be subjected to ethical requirements, there is a vision of collaboration. This perspective involves the use of AI for the benefit of humans and society when technology comes as a contribution instead of an affront. Already, large companies are adapting to the development of AI, which is becoming a landmark of the future. Our society is being thus transformed by AI technology. It is an irreversible process and a state of affairs that the character Ned Ludd can only observe and criticize. AI, from building to imitating, mimicking, automatization, and modeling. In minimal definitions, AI is explained as the imitation of human cognitive processes. The intention of large companies bring AI into the human body, especially in its cognition, or to augment human intelligence, given the statement of the management of large IT companies. Quote, build intelligence that augments human abilities and experience. Is not going to be about human versus machine. One of the fathers of computer science, Alan Turing, that said that computers could think, and even more than that, they could possess human-like intelligence based on his belief that human knowledge could be identified with a simple calculation as long as human behavior could be replicated by mapping the brain. This creation by imitation appeared even before the invention of AI. The idea of storing neural information on IT devices is increasingly actual, with transhumanists talking about digital immortality precisely through these storage devices. The process of imitation is currently used in many fields with multiple benefits, especially in the automatization stage. But what is the proportion of imitation, what is the proportion of similarity, and what is the proportion of mimicry? For example, social robots equipped with artificial emotional intelligence are built in a way similar to humans, equipped with human-like emotions. But if artificial emotional intelligence is still not so explored, consultative AI, the one that is widely used in information assistance services, still has some issues, even more so when it comes to recognizing emotions. There is an increased interest in the construction of human-robot friends which imitate behavioral patterns clear in the framework of friendship between people, with the help of which their owners can reduce their stress level or develop feelings such as empathy. As long as AI is under the human control, the negative consequences could be limited. Beyond this control, everything will get complicated. Lately, the process of imitation is identified more with mimicking activities than with other things. And this because many specialists talk about the lack of creativity or the mimicking of creative aspects. Quote, computer-based data processing can only mimic life's creative aspects without being creative itself. AI's current record of accomplishments shows that its automatization tasks are associated with machine intelligence without being intelligent itself. Mistaking the abstract for the concrete has led to the religion of everything is an output of computation, even the humankind that convinced the computer. However, even in a way that cannot be considered autonomous, AI technology can still have an important effect on human life and behavior precisely through the human freedom used in an Adamic way. The process of imitation through mimicry, as we will see, can influence human behavior, even shape it when the user is driven by a second sinful nature. Third point, Kani Hanunente, AI the shaper over the mind of the creator, technological modeling of man. On October 23rd, 1892, in the Fliegende Blätter, a German human magazine, a drawing appeared above which was written the following question. Welche Tiere gleichen einander am meisten? Which animals resemble each other the most? And underneath were the following words. Canihanun ente, rabbit and duck. On the one hand, the rabbit-duck illusion has been used in the debates as a distinction between perception and interpretation, between what is and what I see, Ludwig Wittgenstein. On the other hand, it was used to denote the change in science, considering that the same information may be viewed in completely different ways by different observers, Thomas Kuhn. With this connection point, namely the fact that two or more people can perceive the same information with their similarly built human eyes, but actually see different things depending on what is behind the eyes. That means mind. And some fathers of the church understood the mind represented by the image of God in man. The mind, says St. Maximus the Confessor, by the fact that it's got closer to matter than to God, move more towards the transitory, ignoring the eternal. Thus, man made its early mind, and its transformation can be done only by the Holy Spirit through a reverse movement from earth to heaven. In bioethics, cyber psychologists tell us that technology leads to neurological changes, which means that it changes our brains and the way we think and we act. The cyber psychologist Mary Phaicon claims that there are major brain changes and especially a reinforcement of certain behaviors, predisposition, and temptations. What neuroscientists strongly affirm, church fathers said a long time ago. Peter of Damascus, a philo-Catholic father, tells us that the mind changes according to the form of each thing and is colored according to the image of the thing knowing to it. Despite the constitution of man, the image of God in him and his vocation towards God, through his freedom, man can choose to orient himself according to another image. This orientation is based on passions or virtues. Sin, as we know, is the removal of man from the likeness of God. Sin brings changes, is that fire that burns, and so on. And important, it's two texts from Clement of Alexandria that he said, all passions are imprints on our soft and weak soul. And another text from Origen that he said and considers that evil deeds are those which leave a mark, a typos in the heart to be seen on the day of the judgment. Resuming, sin or virtue, our habitual disposition, constitute an important topic. The process of imitation is not a clumsy or limited as it presented to us. The process of imitation is not limited to a copy, but has in mind the augmentation of certain capacities. That is why Geppetto and his ethical behavior are important. The danger of human robotization is a serious concern. Many researchers speak of depersonalization in the sometimes intrusive context of technology, sometimes obsessive virtual life. Creating an avatar in the virtual world is no longer an entertainment activity, but is an outlet, an escape for everyday life, a treatment for many. Dissatisfied with their lives, some choose a virtual experience as wish and testimony of how they would like their life to look like, which shows us that the influence of technology is very great in human life. And the imitation process had a mirror in front and one behind. And man, the builder, can end up imitating what is all supposed to imitate him. Conclusions. First of all, AI must be used with discernment, following the middle path, and especially the path of virtues. It's important to intend an action, and that it's important to see that AI to intend an action or to autonomous way choose an intentional action. Then that's why AI lack the deliberation required to make responsible decision. At the moment, AI cannot do what man can do, therefore what he does with AI is important. It's important because the teaching of the Holy Fathers is one that put on the first place discernment in person's moral decision. And man acts according to sin or virtue, therefore the advice of the middle path is relevant. Quote, always flee from what is too much and too little in virtue, and seek the middle path so that you may do everything in its time and due measure. Secondly, the power allocated to AI can become a Trojan horse in human life and the imperative of creation, because the goal is reversed to another creator and owner of this world. For years, the main fear has been about humanoid robot taking over the earth and wiping out humanity. All these scenarios have been disproven. Now the fear is about the robotization of human, or more precisely, the replacement of human by AI. Green progress, genetics, robotics, AI, nanotechnology, comes and enhances man's sphere of power, a fact for which man arrogates to himself new rights, forgetting the responsibility that comes with new powers. By playing God, scientists want to become biotechnological gods, forgetting that, quote, man is created in the image of God, but he is not God himself. In conclusion, the man-machine relationship is not an anodyne one. AI can become a stumbling block to man's salvation despite the many benefits in the various areas where it is present. In brief, righteousness measure and right thinking are the lights of the one who truly seeks salvation on the path of virtue, at the border of which lies the free choice of virtue or sin. Thank you.